Dear students, today we will start the fourth chapter, which is statistical thermodynamics. Statistical thermodynamics first, which is the fourth chapter of quantum chemistry, kinetics, and statistical thermodynamics course. Okay, so before starting the concept of distribution, which is the first topic of statistical thermodynamics, we will first go through its definition and its background, what this statistical thermodynamics is all about. Basically, the statistical thermodynamics, it provides the link between the microscopic properties of matter and its bulk properties, that means macroscopic. These are actually connected microscopic to macroscopic properties. The link between individual molecular properties and bulk thermodynamic properties. Here it is basically the connecting link. It connects the two, this statistical thermodynamics. Okay. So the crucial step in going from quantum mechanics of individual molecules to the thermodynamics of bulk samples is to recognize that the thermodynamics of these bulk samples basically deals with the average behavior of large numbers of molecules. Very important. Average behavior. You can understand this by taking this simple example. The pressure of a gas basically depends on the average force exerted by its molecules. Suppose you have a container and it contains gas molecules. So, and there is no need to specify which molecules happen to striking the wall. It is not necessary which molecules are basically striking the wall or which are exerting the pressure. Nor is it necessary to consider the fluctuations in the pressure, as different numbers of molecules collide with the wall at different moments. So the fluctuations in pressure are very small compared with the steady pressure, that means the overall pressure of these gas molecules. It is highly improbable that there will be a sudden lull in the number of collisions or a sudden surge. Fluctuations in other thermodynamic properties also occur in this type of system, but for large numbers of particles, they are negligible compared to their mean values. So you have to first understand this thing. So the distribution of molecular states. Suppose we consider a closed system consisting of n molecules. This is capital N molecules. And suppose the total energy of this system is capital E. But if we have n number of these molecules inside a closed system, its total energy is suppose E, and the total number of molecules is capital N. Okay. It is not possible to be definite about how the energy is shared between the molecules. Suppose the total energy of the system is E, it is not possible for us to calculate the individual these energies. Suppose how this energy is shared between this molecule, and other molecules. So not only between the molecules but also among their different modes of motion also. So the closest we can come to a description of distribution of energy. This is very important point here. You have to remember this. The closest we can come to a description of distribution of energy is to report basically the population of a state. Suppose we have different energy status, we will simply say how many molecules are basically occupying this state or this state, or we can simply say the population or population of that state. So the average number of molecules that occupy it, and to say that on average there are, suppose, small ni molecules in a state of energy. Suppose if we consider this as energy levels, so suppose this is ei plus 2, it contains average number of molecules, suppose ni, small n. So this will be the population of this state, that ni number of average number of ni number of molecules are present in this small ei energy state. So the population of states remains almost, suppose, constant, but the precise identities of molecules in state may change at every collision. How many are in the ground state, how many are in the first excited state, how many are in the second excited state, that will always change with every collision. So next we have to see what are configurations or what are weights. So any individual molecule may exist in status with energies E0, E1 and so on. We shall always take E0 the lowest. Then we write E0, so it will always correspond to the lowest state as 0 of energy. That means it will continue, that is the that energy basically has a 0 energy. Okay, and measure all other energies related to that state. Suppose we have different status here, energy status, and if we assign this as E0, and corresponding to these we will then assign, suppose, E1, E2 and E3 and so on. So we will assign this also as this energy is basically equal to 0 or ground state energy. Okay. To obtain the actual internal energy, we may have to add a constant to the calculated energy of the system. For example, if we are considering the vibrational contribution of the internal energy, then we must add the total 0 point. You know, in vibrational motion you have there 0 point energy. That means the energy is not totally equal to 0 but equal to some value that we call as 0 point energy of any oscillations in the sample. Okay. So one more term is that is called as instantaneous configurations. So at any instant there will be, suppose, n0 molecules in the state with energy E0, n1 with E1 and so on. The specification of set of populations, suppose n0, n1, n2, n3 and so on, in the form, this is written in the form, suppose these brackets n0 comma n1 dash dash n2 n3 and so on, we can write is a statement of basically instantaneous configuration of the system. So the instantaneous configuration fluctuates with time because the populations change. Very important. Then that means with time there will be increase or decrease in the number of these molecules in a particular energy state. So the instantaneous configuration will automatically fluctuate or change. So we can picture a large number of different instantaneous configurations. How you can understand this? For example, we have this population n, total number of suppose molecules is n, and all are in the ground state. This is 0, 0, 0, and so on. Corresponding to, it is also written here, corresponding to every molecule being in its ground state. See first the notation, how basically this is written. If you have a population of this configuration in instantaneous, this is instantaneous configuration written in this form. Here this one, it represents total number of molecules, and 0, 0 the energy state. Okay, suppose it corresponding that every molecule is in its ground state. And we can also form another configuration. Suppose we have total number of molecules equal to n. Two are in, suppose two are in the first excited state. These two, in which two molecules are in the first excited state, the later configuration is intrinsically more likely to be found than the former because it can be achieved in more ways. So basically what we have learned here that this configuration, its occurrence is more probable as compared to this one. Why? Because this configuration, total number and all molecules in the ground state, can be achieved only in one way. But this configuration, where the two molecules are in the first excited state, can be achieved in 1 by 2 n into n minus 1 ways. And if you are unable to understand this, you can go to permutations and combinations first and see what we have derived there, different formulas for different systems, and please go through that and return to this chapter then after you have gone through the permutations and combinations. Okay. So this configuration can be achieved this way. So at this stage in the argument, we are basically ignoring the requirement that the total energy system should be constant. And the second configuration, this configuration has a higher energy than the first, the constant total energies imposed. Suppose then we have different conditions, so we can impose later those conditions to these systems. How? Suppose this is for illustration purposes here. Here basically what you have, we have suppose first configuration, suppose we have total number of molecules. Here it is, you can relate to that n comma 0 0 0. Here n is basically equal to now 5. That means you have total number of molecules equal to 5 now, and they are in the ground state. We know this can be achieved in only one way. That means this configuration can be written in all the 5 molecules are basically in the ground state. But if you have this configuration where these two, 3 are in the ground state and 2 are in the first excited state, and but these 5 molecules are different. So if you have this type of configuration, 3, 2, 0, 0, it can be achieved in 10 different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These colors, these bars basically represent different number of molecules. That means you can arrange, you can basically arrange different number of molecules. Suppose you have to always make a configuration of 3,2 type. Suppose these are first three molecules, but they are different of different color, and these two are of different color. Similarly, this molecule can go into the ground state, and this can come into the first excited state. Similarly, you can make almost how many 10 arrangements of these 5 molecules. So what we have discussed above, that occurrence of this configuration is very less, but occurrence of this configuration is very high. Okay. Now another example, suppose these bars, they represent 18. We have total number of molecules or total number of entities, those are equal to 18, but we have grouped them in such a way, in different ways. Suppose these three are of the same type, same molecules, these 6 are of different, and these 5 are of different type, and these 4 are different type. That means actually in a system you contain actually 1, 2, 3, 4 types of different molecules, but total number of these molecules is basically equal to 18. Okay, so how we can arrange them? So these the 18 molecules shown here can be distributed into 4 receptacles. These receptacles, these bars, 1, this is second, 3 and 4. 4 receptacles here. These are simply distinguished by these vertical lines, that these are different groups. You can say that. However, 3 factorial of the selections that put 3 molecules in the first receptacle are equivalent. We say these 3 are equivalent. These are equivalent. This in this receptacle, in 6 factorial receptacle, these are all equivalent. In 5 receptacle, these are all equivalent. These are all equivalent. Okay. So hence we can calculate the number of distinguishable arrangements. How the number of distinguishable arrangements is calculated? We will take total number of molecules, that means that is equal to 18, take it as factorial. We will divide it by these different types of receptacles. For example, here 3 factorial, 6 factorial, 5 factorial, and similarly 4 factorial. So this will be equal to the number of distinguishable arrangements. Okay. So based on these observations or these examples, we can basically define weight of configuration by this simple formula. For example, from the above considerations, as a result of collisions, the molecules were to fluctuate between this configuration, where the total number of molecules were in the ground state and this in the first 2 excited state. It would almost always be found in the second state more likely. Why? Because we have all seen the arrangements above. In other words, a system free to switch between 2 configurations would show properties characteristic almost exclusively of second configuration. Now we will take a general case here, a general interpretation. A general configuration, suppose N0, N1, N2, N3 and dash dash can be achieved in suppose W different ways. What is W here? It is called weight of configuration. Weight of configuration. The weight of configuration, it is written as these brackets, long brackets, N0, N1, N2 is given by this simple expression that we have calculated for above example, this one. 18 upon 3 factorial 6 factorial. So we can calculate the weight of configuration by simply putting total number of molecules, their factorial upon their different configurations. N0 factorial, N1 factorial, N2 factorial, N3 factorial, and so on. For Abu generalization, this equation actually basically comes from this formula. So this is the formula you have to remember. That to calculate the weight of a configuration, we will simply take this n factorial upon small n0 factorial, n1 factorial, and n2 factorial. We can see it by taking a simple example how to use this equation. Suppose you have to calculate weight of distribution W, suppose in this case. So to calculate the number of ways of distributing 20, here n is equal to capital N is equal to 20, but identical objectives, very important. 20 identical objectives with the arrangement. Suppose we have this arrangement 1 0. Suppose in ground state there are one object is there, in the second level nothing is, in third there are 3 objectives, in this similarly in 4 there are 5 and 10 and 1. We know the configuration in this way. Long bracket is 1035. This is simply the configuration with n is equal to. So weight can simply be written as the total number of these identical objectives 20 factorial upon the configuration, their factorial, individually their factorial in the multiplication form. 1 factorial, 0 factorial, 3 factorial, 5 factorial, 10 and so on. It comes out to be this one. This is very another example is this. You can calculate it. You have 20 objectives which are distributed in this arrangement, and you have to simply calculate it is W. Its answer is also given. Check it if you can solve this at home. Okay, thank you.